Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a study with me, which potentially could be one of the last study with me's I do, because I've only got one assignment left, which is due on the 20th, and today is the 6th, and boy have I got some updates for you. So just before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name's Amber. I go to the University of Greenwich and I study events management, and I'm currently in my 3rd year, so my assignment that I have left is my dissertation, and then I'm like done, graduated, that's it. So obviously, like everyone else, I'm no longer going to uni, but because I only have one assignment left anyway, I don't actually have any courses, so like the timing was not awful, like kind of worked out. But since then we have been having like regular updates from the university to like keep us updated with any changes in like extenuating circumstances and things like that. And basically what they've said is, I'll get the email because it was very like blasé, like just like, oh, just to let you know, this is what's happening. And it was like, well, okay, yeah, so I finally got it. So it says, undergraduate and postgraduate taught students will not receive a lower overall average than the average they had achieved by 16th of March. Undergraduate taught students who are due to graduate this year will not receive a lower classification than the average they had received by the 16th of March, which basically means that whatever average we were working at up until that date, or like the grades we were getting up until that date, is going to be the grade we get for our degree classification, unless like so basically it can't go down, it can only go up. So I was working at a first before the 16th of March, which basically means like by default almost I've like got a first for my degree, which is like mind-blowing. Very happy about that, but it can still go up. So it's kind of weird in the sense like all of my assignments haven't been handed in, so it doesn't really affect me other than my dissertation, at which this point I'm like, should I even bother with my dissertation? Should I just submit it as it is because my grade cannot go down? You know, it's kind of weird, but I can still make my grade go higher. So at this point, to keep myself motivated and like on track to like actually do it, I'm trying to see how high I can push my grade instead, because I think at the moment it's probably like a 72. So if I could push that up a little bit, that'd be kind of cool. Just because it's really sad, but I'm a very competitive person and I've always wanted to beat Christian, because Christian got a first, but he got a 71, so we're already kind of there. But if I could beat him by like some more points, I'd be pretty happy with that, just for like my own personal achievement as well. I think it would be really cool. So we're going to be working on my dissertation today. I have done like a little list of things I need to get done. I only wrote down 4 things, but they're like 4 quite chunky things, so I think it's going to be a while. I think we'll be studying for like at least 4 or 5 hours today, but it is nice knowing that I don't have as much pressure to put on myself because my grade is kind of already sorted, you know? So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today, studying. If you are in the same position as me, maybe look into whether your university would adapt that. I know there was a petition going around our university to try and get that installed, because a lot of people are being affected quite badly from it. Luckily for me, it hasn't really affected me that much, like I'm quite used to working from home, but I know other people are really struggling out there, so maybe that could be an option for you if you're finding it quite difficult and would appreciate like an implementation like that maybe. The sun is going crazy. No idea if that's better. But yeah, we're going to get set up in the kitchen today because there's a lot of work to be done. I'll show you like my setup I've got going on, because I've really got into like the hang of writing a dissertation, which is so different from writing an essay, like 2 complete different worlds. So I'm quite happy that I've like finally got to grips with it, but considering it's only due in like what, 10-15 days, bit late to the party, but never mind. So yeah, lots of grass and things to get done, so let's get going. Okay, so this is my little setup in the kitchen. I've got a blanket on my chair because it's chilly in here, and then just my to-do list, pencil case and my laptop, and my phone is actually on charge in the other room, but if it was in here I would put it on aeroplane mode. I'm really used to working at a desk, and because I don't have my own one, I tend to use the kitchen table when I have like a lot of like in-depth work to do, whereas if I'm doing something a bit more relaxed, I'm happy to do it on the sofa. But I'm just used to a desk, you know, and since I don't have one, this is what we're working with. But it also works quite well because my other flatmates are currently working from home and they're all on their individual desks, like on the other side of the apartment. But it means when they come in here to make their tea and stuff, we can have a little catch up. It's quite nice. So yeah, I'm in like with people, I guess, which is nice because I'm not very good at being by myself. So I'll show you my to-do list for today and also just how I've like kind of planned out my dissertation, and we'll go from there. Okay, so this is my to-do list, and basically all of this section is feedback from my supervisor, and the things highlighted in green are the bits I've done. So it doesn't look like I've got that much to do, but these are like the chunkiest bits, the bits that are going to take the longest amount of time. And then I've done this to-do list the other day, and then this is the to-do list today. So I'm only putting like 4 things each, but these 4 things are going to take a really long time, and they're quite like substantial pieces of work. So I'm just going to try and tick these off one by one and go from there. I've also got these tick boxes down here, which are just like more generic things that I need to do, like when I'm bored, or like at the end of it, like my reference list and my abstract and stuff. So let's start figuring out where the contrasting points are. I just wrote my dissertation on Word. I know those people use like Google Docs and something, but I always try and remember at least to back it up. The stuff in red is things I still need to do, so my abstract is there, and then all the bits in purple are the references that I've cited in my reference list, so I don't need to add any more. But yeah, I'm just going to go through and highlight probably, what colour should I use? Maybe a blue, to find like the contrasting opinions and really kind of like exaggerate those to make them really obvious. I also had to put a hoodie on because it's super chilly in here, so let's go. So it is now 10 past 11. I don't actually know what time I started, so not very useful, but it's currently 10 past 11 and I've just finished going through my literature review and highlighting all of the like contrasting opinions and things, and now I'm going to go through it again and sift through and kind of exaggerate those points to make them really obvious, to be like, oh, she's including contrasting opinions, you know. I just want it to like scream out at my supervisor when he's marking this that I've added both opinions for and against. So I'm going to be doing that, and the way I'm going to be doing that is using Manchester University have a phrase bank, which if you're writing your dissertation I would definitely recommend using, because they have some really great like starts of sentences and things that you can use to like elevate your work. So that's what I will be using to like try and inspire some different ways of thinking. Sorry about that. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so it's now 11:43 and I've just finished going through my literature review and like exaggerating my contrasting opinions, so we can tick that off. How exciting. Let's do it together. Can you see? Feels good. So I'm actually going to take a little brain break and like make a cup of tea and things, because that was quite heavy and quite intense, and I just know if I carry on my brain's going to turn to mush rather very quickly. So I'm going to take a little break and then come back and make sure that my methodology is all in the past tense, but it should be a pretty easy one to do, so we can get sorted with that a bit later. But for now I'm going to chill out for a bit and come back to it. I think it's really important to like check in with yourself whilst you're doing like a big piece of work like your dissertation or like studying for an exam, and kind of recognise when you're kind of burning yourself out. Like I said, I don't have any lectures or anything on at the moment, so doing this is kind of like a big change from my day-to-day. Like usually I'm just chilling, so to do this much brain work in one day can be quite exhausting, so I'm going to take it slow. But obviously I've got the time to be able to do that, since I've only got one thing left, which I'm rather lucky with. So yeah, I'm going to have a little break and chill out. Okay, so it's now 1:15, not sure if you can see that, and the sun is coming out, which makes me feel so good. I love studying by the windows because I really find that the weather affects my mood, so if it's sunny, I feel good. But we're going to move on to my next bullet point or tick box that I need to get done, which is to make sure my methodology is all in the past tense, which should be relatively easy because my methodology is only 1,000 words. And a lot of it's just like describing things, so that will probably be in the right tense. It's just the things that I've actually done I need to make sure are in the past tense, so hopefully we can just knock that one out of the park, get it ticked off and move on to the next one. So yeah, I had a little break, had an hour to have lunch and chill out for a bit, watched Gossip Girl, which was great, and now back into it. We've only got one tick box left to go, and it's 10 to 2. Last stretch, guys. We did it! I'm so happy. The washing machine is on if you can hear it, but it's currently 22:03 and I've just finished doing all of my checkpoints for today. I also started doing some graphs, which is actually on my list for my next study with me / study session that I have, but I think I'm going to leave it there just because I think I need to look into it further before I just start producing like graphs for no reason basically. And I've just uploaded it to the drive so that it's all backed up and ready to go, but I'm currently on, how many words am I on? Where is it? 10,128 words. But that's including like my reference list and everything. The words for my actual dissertation I think are close to 8,000. So we've still got a bit to go, 2,000 words left to go. But I think it's possible. Like, I haven't got much left to add, but I think we can just lengthen some of our sentences and add in some like slightly irrelevant but relevant bits, you know, to like bulk out a bit. But yeah, that's all the work I'm going to be doing today. Thanks so much for joining me on this little studying adventure. I'm pretty chuffed with the amount I got done today, and I think it took like way less time than I thought it would. For some unknown reason I thought it was going to be way harder, so that's always a nice surprise. But I do really enjoy filming these, and also like having you guys here with me is like a bit of extra motivation, and just keeps me like accountable and on track, I guess. So yeah, helping me out too, so thanks very much. But if you also enjoyed this video or have been studying along with me or anything like that, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe down below, because I'm currently posting 3 videos a week, which is quite good free entertainment during this quarantine time. So if you do want to check out any of those, make sure you are subscribed, and hopefully I'll see you soon.